Hello. Salve. Macum Veni, come with me. Your pocket looks heavy. Fancy a wager. I'm just going to the baths to get back my coins from the friends that won them off me last week. Fortuna is shining on me today, I can feel it. Sure, I've lost a few times, but not as much as some. I once bet a week's supply of fish that I could roll an even number. Landed a 7. Let's just say that man's family ate well that week, and my wife was not too pleased. I've got my own dice. See? Made them myself from the leg bone of a dead pig. Supposed to be lucky. I used to work on a farm an hour's walk from here, across the river. I see the farm owner is in EBORACUM today, trying to recruit more hands. You'd do well to avoid him. My name is Boyrix, but everyone calls me Piscarius because, like my father before me, I am a fishmonger. I've got my own stall in the marketplace. But fish is a good business in growing EBORACUM. I grew up across the sea in the northern coastal regions of Germania. It's much colder than here. Had to leave a few years back, escaping a small debt, if you know what I mean. And it's not too difficult to get lost in the Empire. Say, what brought you here? I do miss some things about home. Best fish in the Empire comes from those parts. Fish was part of every mealtime. That and some curdled milk and small sour apples in the autumn. But here in EBORACUM, my wife has me eating more Roman cuisine, like garum. It's a brown fish sauce made from the rotted entrails of anchovies and other fish. Sounds disgusting, I know, but like most people in the Empire, I can't get enough of it. Put it on everything. Anyway, what are we going to do about that heavy pocket of yours? How much are you willing to play for? No? Oh well, better be off then. Can't keep Fortuna waiting.
Salve! Greetings. Quite flui? Where are you from? You have an interesting face. Are you a local or Gaul, possibly? Yes, Gaul. You don't look as gruff as the locals. Sorry, let me introduce myself. I am Afuli, the barber. I originally come from Cyrene in Libya. I work with a school of mosaic makers here in EBORACUM. A good school, but not yet great. Back in Libya, mosaics are made with marble. But here, I make do with shards of glass, pieces of pottery, and bits of stone. I suppose you could say 100% locally sourced. It's challenging, but we make it work. I would greet you properly if my hands were not painful and dirty with lime cement. Mosaics was my father's trade. I learned my skills from him. His work would really impress you. The mosaics he made back in Africa, so beautiful and fine. Landscapes, gods and myths, lions and all manner of wonderful animals, creatures from the sea, wrestlers and athletes. It takes real skill. At 15, I did what all young men do. I set out to seize this empire and make my own place in the world. I watched the trading route from Africa to Britannia through Gaul. I'm quite busy, and I've made enough denarii to stay off the trading routes now. I can create almost anything. For a price. Time is money, after all. As EBORACUM grows, so will the demand for even better mosaics like my father made back in Africa. Just recently, the prefect commissioned me to create a mosaic with the spirits of the 4 seasons. His daughter is the face of spring. Perhaps you could represent the summer season. I will remember your face.
Ignoshi, salve amicus. Hello, my friend. Listen up. If you're looking for work, I might be hiring. I am Brock, and my farm is just an hour's walk away across the river on good land. The sun is getting brighter, which means the fields will need to be ploughed and the crops will need to be sown. Thank Ceres, the soil is fertile. We don't tempt fate around here. We look after our gods. Oh, my back's no good. That's what an honest life of hard work will do to you. The cold gets in me joints these days. I now need a stick to get around. Some mornings I have to crawl out to the beasts on all fours. Swear it's like I'm becoming one of them. You think you're up for this type of work? If you're interested, I pay 1 denarius for 1 full day's hard graft. Sound fair? You'll have to sleep in the barn. The livestock seem to like it well enough, and if you put a cot by the door, you know what goes in and out. My animals are very valuable. I need someone to protect them from the thieves that pass through EBORACUM. So on account of this, farmhands are only allowed into town every once in a while. Better not to know temptation, I say. It was different when I was younger. The town was smaller. Folk knew one another. Still, more people and soldiers, the more mouths to feed, which is good news for me. In some ways, I'm glad my wife didn't live to see the changes, rest her soul. She died in childbirth some years back, left me with just 2 girls. Can't say as I know much about women, but they're near and marrying age, if that would sway you. If you work hard and save up your denarii, you may raise a beast of your own on my land. Farming's a profitable business in a growing city, and you've come at the right time. Think on it anyway.
Salve! Felicitas! If I may, where are your clothes made and who styles your hair? I have been in EBORACUM for several months now, but I have not seen your likeness before. I am always looking for the latest fashions, but by the time trends arrive in EBORACUM, a new one is already emerging in Rome. Look, I bought these at the market just yesterday. They're made of jet. Beautiful, really. And this one here is carved African ivory, a gift from my mother's people. Ivory is rare, even back in Rome. In EBORACUM, I can purchase 3 wool rugs for the price of just 1 in Rome. A necessity in this weather, and tell me who doesn't love a bargain. My name is Julia Tertia, but you can call me Tertia as my mother did. I was born in Tunisia, and until recently, I have lived all my life in Rome. Have you been to Rome? I used to live in a large house up in the Quirinal with views across Rome and the river Tiber. I do miss the blue sky and the warm air. I also miss the noise of the city and the thrill of the games. But EBORACUM grows on me. When we first arrived, I was so taken by the lushness of it all. But it is cold. Oh goodness, listen to how I go on. I'm not usually this candid. But you're so easy to talk to. Are you free tomorrow evening? I'm hosting a splendid dinner party and you must come. My father is a prefect and well respected in EBORACUM. And he has commissioned a huge mosaic for the entrance hall, which I would love you to see. But I must go. My father wants me home before dark.